All right, welcome to this explainer. Today we're diving straight into the liver-brain connection. We're going to uncover the real hidden biological reason why you might be waking up completely exhausted, and more importantly, exactly how we're going to fix it. We're literally going under the hood to see why your own body might be holding your focus hostage.
So, let me ask you this. Do you ever wake up feeling like your brain is just wrapped in thick, wet cotton? You know the feeling, right? The alarm is screaming, you've been a responsible adult, you actually got your full 8 hours of sleep, but somehow you still feel like you've been hit by a truck. You're stumbling toward the coffee machine, squinting at the lights, honestly just trying to remember your own name. Most people just write this off as standard morning grogginess, thinking the only way out is to just heavily caffeinate it away. But here is the harsh truth. Biology absolutely does not care about your espresso. That morning grogginess, yeah, that's not a caffeine deficiency. That heavy, persistent brain fog is actually a massive red alert from your nervous system. It's a physiological alarm bell telling you that your biological trash collectors essentially went on strike overnight. You aren't just sleepy. Your body is sounding the alarm on a systemic failure that happened while you were tossing and turning.
So let's look at what's really happening. We'll call this the midnight warehouse strike.
Okay, so your liver is essentially the high-performance water filter of your entire body. And to keep it clean, your cells rely on a fascinating process called autophagy. Basically, this is where your internal cleaning crew actively hunts for damaged proteins and biological old trash so they can recycle them into brand new, usable energy. It's absolutely crucial we understand autophagy because this is exactly how your body is supposed to heal, repair, and clear out all the clutter while you sleep. Think of your liver like a massive warehouse manager. In a healthy body, while you sleep, the manager completely stops all the delivery trucks. And by delivery trucks, I mean the calories and sugars you eat during the day. The gates close, right? And the manager sends out the cleaning crew to perform that autophagy. But for most of us, those trucks literally never stop arriving because we're eating late into the night. That means the poor warehouse manager is just screaming, boxes are piling up everywhere, and the cleaning crew never even gets clearance to start their shift.
And the result? When you finally wake up, all of that uncleared cellular trash from the missed cleaning shift is now just circulating freely right through your bloodstream. That toxic debris is the exact physical manifestation of brain fog. It's not just in your head, it is literal pollution in your bloodstream.
Which brings us to a major physical warning sign, the hard drum belly.
If you look in the mirror right now and your stomach looks like you swallowed a basketball, and more importantly, it feels tight, like a pressurized tire to the touch, well, listen closely. That visceral, hard tension is not just stubborn fat. Normal fat is soft, it's squishy. A pressurized tire feeling right in your midsection means something entirely different is happening beneath the surface.
In fact, this hard drum belly is actually a sign of early-stage hepatic stress. Your liver is literally crying out for space to breathe. It's become so completely clogged with scar tissue that the blood trying to flow through it hits a brick wall. And the pressure inside gets so dangerously high that fluid actually leaks out of your veins and pools right there in your abdomen. That is the crazy pressure you're feeling.
So, what's causing all this congestion? Let's talk about hidden solvents and fructose.
Now, you probably already know that alcohol is a solvent that actually dissolves cell membranes. But we really need to radically reframe how we look at high fructose corn syrup. You can basically think of it as alcohol without the buzz. It's acting as a hidden, highly dangerous solvent right in your everyday diet.
And the reason it's so incredibly destructive is that fructose bypasses almost every single cell in your body. It doesn't get used for energy by your muscles or your brain right away. Instead, it goes straight to the liver to be metabolized. And boom, this causes an immediate traffic jam. It instantly stops the warehouse from functioning and creates exactly the kind of severe congestion that leads to that hard drum belly we just talked about.
Okay, enough bad news. Let's get into the solution, the 3-step liver reboot.
Here is our straightforward roadmap for recovery. It's a really simple 3-step action plan to help you clear out that toxic sludge and finally get your focus and vitality back. We're going to break down the TUDCA flush, the anti-cortisol walk, and the fasting window.
All right, step 1, the TUDCA flush. We've got to fix the warehouse. TUDCA is a very specific bile salt that is honestly an absolute miracle for a congested liver. Imagine trying to suck thick, sticky sludge through a tiny drinking straw. Nearly impossible, right? Now imagine draining pure water.
TUDCA literally thins that thick bile sludge back into water so the liver can finally flush out all those trapped toxins. And if you pair this with a full-spectrum vitamin E complex, specifically tocotrienols, you're bringing in the heavy artillery. Those tocotrienols act like fire extinguishers, directly putting out the inflammatory fires and reducing scarring in your liver.
Moving on to step 2, the anti-cortisol walk. First thing in the morning before you eat a single bite of food, I want you to step outside for 30 minutes of rhythmic walking. This acts as a massive pressure release valve for the stress hormones that actively thicken your blood. But what's even more fascinating is that rhythmic walking activates your brain's internal cleaning crew. It triggers a protein that works like a pressure washer to flush out the sticky proteins linked to cognitive decline. Plus, because you're doing this in a fasted state, you literally force your body to switch from burning sugar to tapping into your stored fat. This creates a hyper-clean fuel for your brain called ketones. And let me tell you, when you hit this metabolic shift, the brain fog just evaporates and your focus becomes completely electric.
And for step 3, we're compressing the eating window. You have to give the warehouse manager a true break. We need to stop those delivery trucks for a solid 16 to 18 hours. This is the only way to allow the cleaning crew to finally take out the trash through autophagy. And remember, this is optimization, not starvation. You are simply returning to a deep ancestral rhythm of hunt, feast, and rest. Hitting this rhythm rehabilitates your liver so you can consistently wake up sharp, focused, and actually ready to tackle your day.
Look, you don't have to be a slave to your blood sugar, and you definitely don't have to fly blind anymore. Optimization, not starvation, really is the key here. So I want to leave you with this question. Is your morning espresso actually treating your fatigue, or is it just masking a midnight warehouse strike? Drop your current morning routine below, let's figure this out together, start your reboot today, and reclaim that electric focus you are absolutely meant to have.